I'm at Docklow Pools today, catching a few tench as you can see on the very aptly named Tench Lake, and I've specifically come here today to show you some of our new baits in the Drennan bait range. This one in particular is the Inky Squid Yum Yum soft hook pellets, and also our Yum Yum bait booster. Now, they're great baits designed for species like carp, but as I'm proving today, they're also really good for tench. Hopefully I can show you a few little tips and tricks how you get a bit more from these great little baits. Now the Inky Squid Yum Yum soft hooker pellets come in 4mm and 6mm sizes, and I've been using the 6mm the most today. They're absolutely perfect, straight out of the tub. Really nice robust consistency, perfect for like a size 16 hook, 14. You can even fish them on a 12 if you'd want, but a 16 hook's been perfect for me today. They're really nice consistency, stay on really well, nice and spongy though. But importantly, if it's quite sunny today and they can dry out, it's like any sort of food. You wouldn't leave your dinner out in the sun. So when you're not using them, keep them covered up because they will dry out like any good quality hook bait. I mean, we could absolutely load them with preservatives and that so they would keep better, but really we want them to be as nice and tasty as possible. So just keep them covered up. Take out just enough for a session, or just enough for an hour, or you know, when you've got your tub out, and just put your towel over the top as well. It's stuff like that. Just look after your bait and they'll last you a lot longer. Now, as I've said, they're absolutely perfect straight out of the tub, but there are occasions when you might want a really soft hook bait, and to achieve that it's ever so easy. I mean, I've just got some 4mm and 6mm and covered them in water, and it doesn't matter how much water, you can leave them in there. These have been in there 2 or 3 hours now and they've not broken down and not gone to mush or anything, but what they are is much softer, really soft. And when bites are hard to come by, the softer the hook bait the better, especially for species like tench and skimmers. And sometimes, you know, in winter as well, you might want a slightly softer hook bait as well for carp and F1. So nice little trick. It's always nice to have both alternatives on your side tray, and you can swap between the two. Great little trick there. Nice little soft hook baits. I've caught best on a 6mm Yum Yum and a size 16 hook today. Very simply to hook. Just go through the side of the barrel and rotate it onto the hook. Leave a bit of point showing. That's been perfect today. So, but it's worth ringing the changes and trying a 4mm. Again, you'd hook that just the same way as a 6mm, but you can also try 2 4mm. Just push one on the hook a bit deeper and then nick the other one on the point. Now don't ask me why, but 2 4mm works really well at times, better than a 6mm. And I've also had a couple of tench today on a 6mm, but not a whole 6mm. I've just been nicking, I don't know, what, about a third of the pellet off just to break it up and just to let a few more juices out from the middle, I suppose. I don't know why, but that seems to be really good today. It's just a bit more of an irregular hook bait if nothing else. But so that's almost like a semicircle of 6mm hook bait. And that's worked. That's brought me a couple of extra tench today as well. I've been feeding both ground bait and pellets today, and my pellets have been a mixture of the fishery own micro pellets and 4mm pellets. And as you can see, they've got a bit of the dark colour of the Inky Squid flavour on them as well. So I just think if you've got a nice potent hook bait, you might as well just put a bit of that flavour into your feed as well. And to do that, really dead simple. I just put some micros and 4mm in a bag, get some Yum Yum bait booster, give it a nice generous squirt, and then I add a little bit of water as well, just to help disperse it all and help it soak in. And then I'll just put some air in the bag like that, give it a nice shake. It won't dye these pellets jet black, but it will give them a coloration. But it's more the flavour of that Inky Squid that I'm after, really. And after 20-30 minutes, they'll have soaked that up, and hopefully, well, as it's proved today, the tench will lap it up. Now you can use a Yum Yum bait booster to give your ground bait an extra kick as well. You hardly need any ground bait for a session like this, so it's nice to just give it that little bit of extra attraction with a squirt of Yum Yum bait booster. But rather than adding it to your mixed ground bait, what I always do is add it to the water you're going to mix your ground bait with, and just give it a nice generous squirt into the water, and then give it a proper swish round, and that's going jet black, that is now. And that way, when you do mix it to your, when you do add the water to your dry ground bait, it's really evenly dispersed all the way through your mix. Now, if you had a look at my side tray, you'd also notice I've got some interesting looking luncheon meat there. Now, as you can probably imagine, that's just been boosted with the Inky Squid bait booster. Easy to do. Cube your meat up, pull it in a poly bag, and then get a nice generous squirt again. It's hard to overdo it with this bait booster, by the way, because it is actually a liquid food, so rather than a concentrated additive, it's you can't really overdo the application levels. So I do that again, just get some air into it, give it a shake round, make sure it's all nice and evenly coated, and there you are. You've got some nice boosted and coloured hook baits. Now, you can pop them in the freezer, thaw them out, and that will draw in even more flavour, but to be honest, I tend to just do them on the bank. Don't even do it to all my meat, just for a few for the hook bait to try. Great little change bait.